Hello, this is Dread, and in today's video topic, it's going to be a special one. So it turns out one of my longtime friends here, Pi, he has been playing CoF, and he just hit 100, and I also just hit 100 in the video game. That means that this is a rare opportunity where we can look over our gear sets and see and settle once and for all what is better, Merchant's Guild or CoF. Now that we've had some time to play and we've had around the same playtime. Now, Pi is a little bit lower in corruption than I am, but that's just because his blessing farm took a little bit longer. But our characters are definitely comparable. So, Pi, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, hey, I'm Pi. I've been here before. I did the Cold Werebear, did some arena stuff back in races and early beta.
So, what
But
build are
yeah,
you playing right now, Pi?
so I'm playing a Frostbite Swarmblade Druid.
Perfect. And I am currently playing like an Electrify Paladin Smite build. And the reason why we want to talk about this is because we just want to showcase our gear and talk about it a little bit and see like which is better, right? So we're gonna look at your gear, Pi. Tell me like what pieces you think you're most proud of so far.
Yeah, I mean the belt's by far the best. I hit a perfect 2 LP. I hit hybrid tier 5 and flat tier percent tier 7. So that's by far the best. The chest is also very good. Pretty much, it's gonna be hard to beat. I'm gonna need another exalted. I probably hit a T7 tornado to get there, which I've had 2 drop recently. But the craft failed, unfortunately, so it was not better.
Yeah.
And then everything else is like a nice, solid middle ground. Rings and relic is probably the weakest slots. With the weapons and helm being just good T19s, T20s.
Yeah, so I see that you're using a bunch of rares. Why is that?
Mostly just because they were successful crafts from the pieces I find on the ground. So a little more SSF style, where I would get an exalted item with very high forging potential, removal off the bad exalted mod, but it was the correct base, and then just have enough left over to craft the ideal rare item. And
Perfect.
so that makes those rare items hard to replace until they get a good exalted drop.
Yeah, and of course you have no LP frostbite shackles. You did
hmm
you did roll a one LP snowdrift, but you didn't hit the movement speed. Rip.
Yeah, that 2 fine. It's the
Yeah,
backup hit.
yeah,
I'll farm
exactly.
more later. Right now, I'm working on farming the Throne of Ambition, which is unfortunately bugged with the prophecy, but does drop normally. So I just need to run a couple more times, and I'll have that.
And of course your idols here. You have a bunch of chance of poison on hit ones, right?
Yeah, these idols are actually pretty solid. The poison resist, aspect of the boar, fizz resist are all good. The cold damage is serviceable. And then the resist, the one on the left, the health and Ellie Res is Biss. That one's actually really, really good, and a mid-high roll in game.
Yeah, that's pretty
And
good.
the aspect of the boar duration is serviceable, but it's really for the resist. So they're solid. I've gotten a lot more idols than normal, just quantity-wise, from COF, definitely.
Perfect. Okay, so for your experience, right? What would you say? Have you felt like you've gotten lucky, unlucky? What would you say that the current state of your gearing feels like?
Honestly, I feel like this is middle of the pack for where you can be at 100. Due to the nature of the build I played, like I said, I'm a little bit lower corruption, only about 300 on most of my monos,
Yeah.
but that is also across 5 different monoliths right now.
Yep.
Because I've had to target farm different boss uniques like Frostbite Shackles and currently my Argentus one, the Throne of Ambition.
Yeah.
And so if you were higher and like 500 corruption like you, I think I'm starting to get a lot of exalted drops now
Yeah,
after hitting
exactly. It's
rank
start
8.
it's starting to ramp
it
up,
it
right?
ramps
Yeah.
up. Yeah, so I think it'll
Yeah.
only get better from here.
So now that we talked about your gear, we can talk about Mr. Gucci gear here.
hmm
so I kind of went crazy, I'll be honest. I've been going hardcore, just going crazy, just fucking nose to the ground grindstone, you know. So my helmet here is pretty okay. It could be better, but it's on the right base and it's got +4, so I'm happy with it. My chest here, it's pretty okay. It could be better, but it works for now. Just having all that percent armor is really good for the armor mitigation, right? Less HP, but more armor is serviceable as of right now. My wand is pretty bad. I want a better wand. I'm trying to get a good wand, but it's hard to get a balance between the cast speed and the percent damage and stuff while also having double suffixes on it. So my wand is definitely the worst. There's no like T7 Dragonhorn cast speed wands on the market, so that's a little frustrating. So even if I could buy it, my Aurelis, this took me 3 Aurelises to hit, and I'm pretty happy with this one. Obviously, a 3 LP one would eventually be better. I think I could go buy that right now if I wanted to, but I haven't bothered with it. My amulet here, double 2 LP, right, with dot and Ellie dot, right. Then my rings here are okay. They're serviceable. They're not like crazy. This one's kind of a gimped ring, the copper ring, because I have to have int and attunement be the same so that I get my Usulini sphere, right? Obviously, make sure it's working. My belt here, it's like pretty meh. It could have cleanse on it. It could be on the right base, but I haven't been able to buy a better belt because all the Praetorian belts on the market seem to not exist right now. The gloves, I just upgraded those. I got the T6 cast speed and HP, and frailty. That's going to help a lot on bosses. Just having that 18% less damage taken, make it so that, the shades don't knock me out of existence anymore. My boots are essentially what I would call a failure. I was supposed to either hit double suffix or a movement speed in a suffix. I actually deleted all the 2 LP Aterif's paths out of the market instantly. Uh, that was a fun time. A lot of gold and favor wasted, but I tried. That's all that matters, right? Definitely a failure on the Aterif's path part. We'll definitely return to that. My idols are, for the most part, best in slot. I have all double HP idols for the most part, other than this one res idol. I have a damage over time res idol at the bottom, and like essentially, my idols are about as good as they can be. I can make them better technically, like with rolls, but they're all the right slots, all the right modifiers. So that's definitely something that MG has going for it is perfect idols whenever you want, because so many idols drop across so many people, while with like CoF, like you still have like so much RNG, right? So I would say, for my experience, I got a little bit lucky because I got into the market really early and I was able to snag like 3 2 LP bleeding hearts. I was able to take all the Aurelises off the market. Although the Usulandi sphere isn't very rare at all. Like there's like 20 of them on the market. And the Atera's path, like I said, there's like 5, but I deleted them all and they're gone. So I would say my experience is kind of mid tier. Like, well, actually, it'd be like above average, I think, mainly just because I was able to get into the market before anyone else because of all the server instability issues. That definitely helped a lot, like helped a lot with my gear progression. While with like, of course, UPI,
Mhm.
you didn't care because there was no market, right?
Yeah, just
Now,
grind monos.
now, from what we see here, you would assume that Merchant's Guild is better, right? You would assume that. But it turns out COF is pretty good, it turns out, because we're going to look at the stats here. Sorry for the quality of the footage here, but
Discord streams or Discord streams,
Discord
but yeah.
streams. Turns out Pi has been just printing LP items. So go ahead and show some of the items you have.
Yeah, I'll just mouse over these. You can kind of. We got a 1 LP Aberrants, 2 LP Rat Spear, 2 LP Tyrannies, 1 LP Apathies, 2 LP Quicksilver, 1 Drellcores, 2 Gathering, 2 Fire Starters, 2 Larakas, a 3 LP Hand of Judgment with pretty good rolls. I might play that build this season. Or this cycle, rather. A very, very good 1 LP Solarons, 2 LP of the new Volatile Ice. Don't know how rare that is, but it's cool. Symbol, 2 LP, 1 LP Stygian, 1 LP Twisted Heart, 1 LP Hydra, 2 LP Aurelius, 1 LP Marinara, 1 LP of the new sword. Unfortunately, some bad rolls on here. My
Yeah.
0 LP looks a little bit better, but depending on the build, the LP might be better. 2 LP Dreamthorn, 2 LP Curse, 2 LP Dragonflame, a backup 2 LP Viper Tail, but I hit my equipped one on the first one. 1 LP Scurry, 1 LP Prism, 2 LP Colnivars, and Fragment. Might try the Lightning Bug later with those. A second 1 LP Solaron, slightly worse rolls. Blood of the Exile, Fiery Dragon Shoes, 2 LP Sunwreath, and Cycle on this tab.
Yeah.
And then we have the fun tab with the duplicates.
Oh god.
So these are just some interesting drops. I get two or three 2 LP Kestrels. Don't know exactly what I want to do with these yet. If you want to dual wield 1 LP Cleavers, you can. 2 1 LP Exsanguinous, two LP Soulfires, two 1 LP Barbutes, two LP Thornslingers, one LP Shatter Chains, three Devotions, double Gel Cores. That might be a thing to do later.
Yep.
And two 3 LP Mad Alchemist Ladles as well.
just throw the bomb at their
Just to
face.
throw,
Yeah.
yeah. Right there at the end.
So from what it seems like so far, and I'm sure you can corroborate my statement here, MG seems to be way better at focusing on one character, while COF is better in the long run if you want to play multiple characters, it seems. At least so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
COF is just pure quantity. Like
Pure
you would get
insanity. Yeah.
so much loot
Like
to sift through.
it's not like targeted or anything per se. It's just like a shotgun full of loot. It's just like all of it.
Yeah.
Like you said, like now you can play like a dual wielding joke or is like detonating arrow setup, right? Or you can try
Yeah.
like playing with the Kestrel 3 times, or you
And like
can
this is a high amount of playtime, but it's still one weekend.
yeah, it's still like a few days, and it's with all the
And
server issues and everything, right?
I'm at the point where I'm
And
going to be taking most tier 6 exalts off my loot filter because there's
yeah.
too many of them dropping and I'm not picking them up.
Now
It's
remember,
that much loot.
dear viewer, I am at 600 corruption around. He is at 300. He hasn't even
Yeah, it's only
started
get
yet.
better. It's only gonna get better.
So I think COF wins in the long run. I think in the short term MG wins, but COF I think in the long term definitely, because
Yeah.
I doubt in my mind that there won't be a time where you drop like a 3 LP Exanguinus, you're just like, throw it in the pile.
Yeah,
So
like MG is really good for just starting a character though too.
yeah.
The speed at which you got good idols was impressive.
Yeah, exactly. So one thing I want to note before we leave, we are both about to hit rank 9 in
Yeah, I
our
am
respective
10k
yeah,
away, very
like
close.
our prospective factions. We're about to hit rank 9 and we're both level 100. I'm at like 600 corruption while Pi is like at 300 in multiple different monos. It is definitely easier to grind reputation in COF. That's definitely one thing that is better about COF is the reputation grind is nowhere near as painful as it is with MG. Also, as well, COF gives you a lot of benefits early on, while MG definitely keeps all the good stuff till the end, I will say, at least from my experience. Like, as you were like leveling up reputation grind, do you feel like as though you're being rewarded?
Oh yeah, there's a couple really nice breakpoints. For league start, this upgraded Rune of Ascendance was nice.
Yeah, just being able to get
Just
whatever you want.
it's slightly more efficient at the Rune of Ascendance, so it's still RNG but pretty good. Um, this helped with my idols. Exalted, like these are all pretty solid. The first big one you notice though is level 5. The double monolith rewards also
Yeah.
hits XP, which I found out is very nice.
And that's definitely way quicker than the rank 8 and rank 7 of the MG where their power spikes. Because I can definitely tell you, my power spike did not hit till rank 7. Like, I did
Yeah.
not have a power spike till rank 7. So you definitely get the bonuses of being in your faction way sooner with Circle of Fortune. Oh, real quick, talk about your prophecies. How have you been enjoying prophecies, real quick, while we're here?
Oh, they're pretty good. Yeah, and like because level 5 you get the first I think the first good lenses are at 5.
Yeah,
And 6, 7, and 8, all three of these bonuses are just excellent. 8 is where it's really popping off with just too many exalted items.
yeah, exactly.
Prophecy wise, I'm sitting on about half of them right now, so I've just got loot sitting in my back in the back waiting for me to run
Yeah.
specific content.
What's been your experience with it? Has it been good for trying to get specific items, or are you just getting like just a shotgun load of items? Like, is it
Um,
actually helping you target farm?
it's been pretty good, I would say. Like for the when I was farming the Viper Tails for LP and the boots, I got them in one set of prophecies.
Okay,
Uh, it, so I went and spent about 50k favor on boots and belts, and I got two LP Viper Tails and two 1 LP Snowdrifts in that set of loot, and a bunch of other just random garbage as well. But those are the two I was after, and I was like, all right, cool, I got them, and I can go try to hit them on Jewelra.
perfect. And while we're here, now that we're done with this, we can talk about my experience in the Merchant's Guild real quick. And I will say, I have been able to make a lot of gold while also getting a lot of favor, but it feels like as though it's a little hard to make gold in MG sometimes. Because like I have all these items for sale, especially early on, but there's like no one to buy them, right? Like I have all of these items for sale, like 119 items for sale, But the problem is with the way that MG works, you can't buy items until the end of the progression, like good items, obviously. And I've been dropping a lot of good items to sell, but no one can buy them because, they're not at the rank. So I can definitely say that there's a long term kind of like feeling when it comes to like selling. So definitely, definitely interesting in the progression of the Merchant's Guild. Yeah, I want to thank you, Pi, for coming on and
Yeah,
helping me out with this video. Definitely very appreciated.
I'm excited to keep pushing this druid.
Yeah.
CF has been a
We
lot
might
of fun.
we might revisit this at a later time and see how it feels.
Definitely.
But yeah, with all that being said, this has been Dread and Pi. Thanks for the watching. Bye.